What's going on, guys? So coming to you today with another unboxing video. A little while back we did a unboxing video on the newer mixer board. We connected it up and really just was not happy with the performance of it. So we decided to swap out and do something a little bit different. The objective was to be able to run two mics into one PC, and obviously the computer can't accept two unless you have dual sound cards or use some type of software or something to that extent, which still was a little bit troublesome when we tried that. So we really opted to just go with a mixer. Mixer is going to combine both channels into one, make editing a lot easier, and just make things go a lot smoother for us. And what we ended up deciding on was the Alesis. This is the MuiltiMix4USBfx. This actually has a USB interface. It'll accept 4 inputs, 2 XLRs and 2 1/4 inch. So we have the ability to do 2 XLR mics and possibly 1 or 2 of the 1/4 inch mics, or we can add a musical instrument or whatever the case may be to the mixer itself. Now, another thing that Alesis does is they offer the ProTools. And one of the things that we researched is that before you hook this up to your computer, to get it to work correctly and really utilize all the features, you need to go and download their drivers from their website, and there's information in their instructions on how to do that. But primarily what we're going to do is do the unboxing. Right off the bat, we're going to get the box open here, and looks like we got an instruction booklet here. And it says right there, download the included software. So we're definitely going to have to look into that. Here is a USB cable. That's a key thing too, is this uses a printer style USB cable. The other unit used a micro USB cable, which did the interface, the power, the voltage to do the 48 volts for the mic. Everything was done through that one little cable, and it just didn't seem to perform that well. This is primarily communications. Over here in this little box here, we have the power adapter for it. This one has a standalone power supply that powers the board itself. So you've basically got that separated. They really packaged this thing really nice, and I noticed too when we took it out of the packing, it's relatively heavy, especially in comparison to the newer unit that we had gotten. This one's a good bit heavier, and right as I take it out of the bag, I realize why. This is actually a metal case. This thing is pretty substantial as far as build quality goes, it seems. So first thing we'll show you is the front panel here. Now, obviously, like I said, 2 XLR inputs. You can do quarters here if you want to do musical instruments. This also has the guitar and the low cutouts on it. I'm not as familiar with that part of this. Those of you that are musicians and you use musical instruments, you may understand the reasoning behind having that and why it's important. I know what we researched is it showed that if you were going to do musical instrument, that this was important to have this on this channel and then do your mic on this channel here. We have our line 3 and 4 left and right, and then we have our main out. We also have a headphone jack. Now, this is a 1/4 inch headphone jack, so if you have the 3.5 millimeter connector, you'll need an adapter for that. We actually are going to have a splitter so we can utilize 2 sets of headphones on here at once. And then you have this external in. You can plug in an outside sound device, and they could say that this receives, 6 channels, but they're realistic in just doing the 4. This right here splits it into 2 channels, a left and a right, just like you do here on line 3 and 4. So you have the ability to connect 2 mics and at least 2 different inputs here. You've got your EQ controls, the pan control, which is going to allow you to pan that left and right and separate those channels. We have our primary controls here, as well as our gain controls. We've got our headphone control, our main controller, And then we've got the selector over here that's going to do all of our effects that we can add in, which is kind of a neat feature, so to speak. I don't know that we'll use effects, but we might. Flipping over to the back panel, that's where I'm going to show you, like I said before, you've got a dedicated power supply. This has its own power supply coming in. This does do 48 volt phantom power. You have your USB communications, simple on-off switch here, and right here is your switch for your phantom power to be able to turn it on or off. If you don't need it, obviously you don't have to have it on, but if you have a mic that's going to require that phantom power, you can just flip that on. Boom, you're ready to go. Again, guys, like I said, the build quality on this is tremendous. I'm really impressed thus far with just what I see overall. It seems to be a really solid unit. We'll know more once we get it hooked up and do some testing. And then once we've done some testing, we'll do a review on it and let you know what our thoughts are, give you some pros, some cons that we find. We're by all means not audio experts for sure, but this came recommended from a friend of ours that is in the audio business. He does a lot of sound work and stuff for one of the local universities, and we really appreciate his input. And we respect his input as far as his knowledge goes, because it's way beyond anything we know. So the Alesis MuiltiMix4USBfx, that's our unboxing for it. Kind of give you the rundown on what comes in the box, what features you get. And we hope you enjoyed this video. We thoroughly appreciate it when you watch our videos. We especially enjoy it when you hit that subscribe button. Drives us to want to put more videos out. Be sure and give us a thumbs up. Drop comments or questions down below. Hit that bell so you get notified when we release new videos. And stick with us, guys. We'll be coming to you with more.